Gastritis is not just a stomach ailment, but actually a serious inflammation of the gastric mucosa that, honestly, every second person on the planet faces. Moreover, 1 in 3 people suffers from a chronic form of this disease. And even though, many folks are used to attributing heartburn, heaviness in the stomach, or nausea to just eating something, it's really this kind of neglect that can lead to severe consequences, including ulcers or even stomach cancer. Modern medicine has established that in 90% of cases, the culprit of gastritis is the bacterium Helicobacter pylori. This microbial invisibility has been living in the stomach for years, not really manifesting itself until stress, alcohol, fast food, or smoking weaken the defenses of the mucous membrane. Then, the bacterium is activated, causing inflammation. Acute forms of gastritis occur suddenly, often after poisoning or, say, abuse of spicy food. But if the symptoms come back over and over again, we're talking about chronic gastritis, which really requires a systematic approach. One of the most common symptoms is heartburn. A lot of people try to extinguish it with soda, but honestly, this is only a temporary measure. Regular consumption of soda disrupts the acid-base balance and actually makes the problem worse. Much safer is alkaline mineral water without gas, which gently neutralizes acid and does not harm the body. Treatment of acute chronic gastritis usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks, but that's really only if you strictly follow a diet, take all prescribed medications, and, if necessary, eliminate Helicobacter pylori. However, the main thing is not to slip back into old habits after you start to feel better. Healthy eating should really become the norm, not just a temporary measure. Special attention is also paid to folk remedies that can effectively complement therapy, but only with the right selection, depending on the type of gastritis. With low acidity, a collection of mint, wormwood, chamomile, St. John's wort, plantain, calamus, aurelia, sage, and dandelion helps. This mixture is infused and then drunk about 30 minutes before meals to stimulate the secretion of gastric juice. With increased acidity, another collection is used: St. John's wort, psyllium, dried apricot, yarrow, golden millet, mountainbird, cumin, mint, and calamus. This broth is boiled for about 10 to 12 minutes and taken after meals to help reduce irritation of the mucous membrane. But, the most important thing is to understand what inaction can actually lead to. Without treatment, gastritis can turn into a stomach ulcer, which can lead to perforation or rupture of the wall, and that's life-threatening. Even more dangerous is the development of atrophic gastritis, where the mucosa is gradually replaced by scar tissue. This condition is actually considered precancerous. Fortunately, with timely medical attention and a responsible approach to treatment, the prognosis is favorable. Gastritis is not a verdict, but honestly, it's not a joke either. Treat your stomach with respect. Listen to your body's signals, don't ignore the symptoms, and please, don't just wait for it to pass by itself. Your health is in your hands.